One thing that excites me is how AI continues to develop in new ways. This means there's always more to learn, more tools, more examples of how people have integrated AI into their work, more guidelines on how to use AI responsibly, and even new types of models. Staying informed about new developments in AI can empower you to use it more effectively. My name is Sharbani, and I'm a senior director in the core machine learning group at Google. That means the teams I work with build the infrastructure and tooling that helps you build and produce amazing AI innovations faster and easier. I'm excited to help you learn more about how to stay current with developments in AI. First, you'll learn how to evaluate new AI tools. You'll explore inspiring AI innovations and consider how others have integrated AI in their fields. Lastly, you'll identify opportunities to leverage AI in the workplace. I hope you're excited to continue this journey and explore strategies to stay up to date with AI as it advances into the future. Let's begin. To start innovating with AI, consider what tasks you need to accomplish. For example, think about what slows down your work. Then think about how incorporating AI into your workflow may help you meet your needs. For inspiration, let's discuss some innovative types of AI models and explore their possibilities. MedPalm is a large language model that is designed to answer medical questions. It was built based on Google's existing LLM Palm, but it was adapted for answering medical questions through training with clinicians. The MedPalm model is exciting because it demonstrates the potential for a model that already exists, like Palm, to be specialized through training with experts in the field. Consider how workers in the healthcare industry may leverage this model and how other industries might use their own specialized models. Some machine learning and AI tools analyze just one modality or form of data in their input. A multimodal model is an AI model that can accept and learn from multiple types of input, such as images, video, or audio. AI tools that incorporate multimodal models can perform additional tasks beyond what a model that analyzes just one type of data can do. MedPalm has a multimodal version called MedPalm M. As a multimodal model, MedPalm M can do more than answer text-based medical questions. It can interpret several types of biomedical data, including language, medical imaging, and genomic data. This expands the model's potential for use in the medical field. Let's consider the following scenario. You're attending a presentation, there's a large audience, and everyone is so interested in every word the speaker has to say. Observing the speaker might inspire you. Even if you don't have the expertise to speak on the same topic, you might adopt some of the techniques the speaker uses. Likewise, you can find inspiration in how others use AI. AI is used innovatively across multiple industries. And more, humans are applying AI to create solutions to complex problems. Robotics is another industry where AI is frequently used in novel ways. The startup company RefiBird is applying AI to sensor technology to help reduce textile waste. RefiBird developed an AI system that uses sensors to identify and organize different textiles and recycling plants based on their materials. This helps reduce the amount of waste in recycling plants. Textiles made from certain materials can be sent to facilities that can process them. You can apply ideas from this example to your own work. Even if you don't have a robot or need to sort physical objects in your work, you might be inspired to use AI for sorting in another way. For instance, you might use AI to organize workplace tasks. Are there other kinds of sorting or organizational tasks AI could help you with? There are so many ways humans use AI to address questions and improve the lives of others. I encourage you to keep exploring how you too can augment your work with AI.
I'm Greg. I'm a research scientist at Google, and that means that I try to build technologies and develop new ways to make machines intelligent. So when I was a kid, I watched a lot of TV, mostly kind of nerdy educational programs like Nova and things like that. And I became fascinated with physics and how the universe worked. And despite the fact that this wasn't the sort of thing that most people in my family did, I became convinced that I wanted to go to a university and study physics. in the process of my education, I learned that the thing in the world that I was most interested in understanding was actually the brain and human cognition. And so I went to graduate school in neuroscience. I met folks who were exploring not just how the brain worked, but how the brain could teach us to build machines that were more intelligent. And I came to Google to follow those ideas, to understand whether there were ideas from biology and neuroscience that could help us build machines that were smarter. The shift from machines that only understand exactly what they're explicitly told to machines that can actually learn from experience or data or mistakes has been nothing less than transformational. Seeing how other people use a piece of technology, use a tool, whether it's AI or something else, gives you new ideas about how you might use that tool, right? It's almost like watching cooking shows. You don't have to make the same thing that the chef makes on the show to learn something about how you could use this tool differently. I really encourage people to be educated about how the technology is useful, because there may be something that's similar problem, even if it comes from a different field or a different industry. I think that the approach to using AI in a new way for an application or technology is actually relatively simple, which is that you should start with play. Start with trying to play with a toy version of the problem and a toy solution, and see if you can make it work in a simplified environment or at a small scale that gives you confidence that you can try something bigger. Try it not for composing an entire orchestral piece. Try it for just completing a melody or a phrase. But if there's any advice at all, it's to try to appreciate the opportunity as broadly as you can and be willing to try things again. And so there's really an opportunity to be someone who makes a discovery about how to use a tool well, how to get a new effect with the technology, how to use it for a new purpose. So whether you're building AI or discovering ways to use it, the opportunity for innovation and creativity is in your hands, not anyone else's.
Hi, I'm Timothy, a director of developer relations at Google. For the last 14 years, I've been helping developers and Google work better together. I've recently been working a lot more with Gen AI to do things like technical writing and generating code. I've also been helping more developers integrate Gen AI into their apps. Prompting is a new skill that a lot of us are learning and trying to get better at, myself included. Now, my first experience using Gen AI that was transformative was for a pretty simple task. I needed to quickly collect everyone's availability for an important team meeting. I asked over chat, and everyone responded in a different format, as people are likely to do. And it was a lot to track. But with the help of Gen AI, I was able to organize everyone's availability into a table and then transposed it so the table was sorted by date, not by chat message. A task that would have taken forever manually only took me a few minutes with Gen AI. And that was my breakthrough moment, using Gen AI in my everyday tasks to turn things that used to be a headache into something simple and easy. And that's what this course is about, using Gen AI to help you get your job done. So what is prompting anyway? Put simply, prompting is the process of providing specific instructions to a Gen AI tool to receive new information or to achieve a desired outcome on a task. Those instructions are called prompts. When we write a prompt for a Gen AI tool, we're giving it a series of inputs and telling it what we would like it to generate. Some Gen AI tools can generate text or images, while others generate video, audio, or even code. Prompting is both an art and a science. To get the best results, we need to be precise in defining what we need. Now, this is similar to the way you would help your teammate get started on a new project. Providing context and setting parameters will get you the best output from Gen AI. The first thing you'll learn is the prompting framework. It's a formula for writing great prompts. You'll use this framework throughout the course. And after that, it's all about putting prompts to use on specific tasks that can save you time in your job. You'll use Gen AI to brainstorm ideas, develop plans, and draft emails for different audiences. We'll teach you how to summarize meeting notes, assign action items, and more. We'll also teach you how to analyze data and spreadsheets with Gen AI. You'll write prompts that can help you find insights buried in data. You'll then use Gen AI to turn those insights into visuals and eventually turn it all into a slide deck with talking points for a presentation. Next, you'll learn advanced prompting techniques to help you untangle complex tasks. For example, you'll learn how to create prompts that can help make long-term complicated projects easier to plan and execute. You'll also learn how to design a prompt to create your own personalized AI agent to do things like practice before an interview or prepare for difficult work conversations. And finally, you'll learn how to use Gen AI responsibly, including guidelines for using it in your job and on your team. This is crucial. Gen AI tools help you with the work that you do, but they don't do it for you. Anyone using Gen AI should always be evaluating and fact-checking outputs. There are a lot of Gen AI tools out there and in this course. We're going to demonstrate how to prompt using Gemini and other Google AI tools like Gemini for Google Workspace and Google AI Studio. But all of the techniques and best practices you'll learn in this course can be applied to other Gen AI tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, or Claude. Last thing, we designed this course to give you skills that you can use at work right away. So all of these lessons and techniques you're going to learn are rooted in real-world scenarios. You should experiment and play around to figure out what works best for you. And as you go through this course, feel free to pause the video and test what you just learned with something you're working on right now. Now let's get started with our first prompts. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create effective prompts. A good prompt follows a simple framework: task, context, references, evaluate, and iterate. If you ever forget a step, just remember, thoughtfully create really excellent inputs. First is task. You need to describe the task you want the generative AI tool to help you with. Now, this should include a persona and a format preference so that the task is specific. Persona refers to what expertise you want the Gen AI tool to draw from. You can ask the tool to take on a persona like a professional speechwriter or a marketing executive with 15 years of experience. Or you can ask it to create output for a specific audience, a customer, or even your manager. You can be as detailed as you'd like when adding a persona to your task. Format refers to how you want the output to appear, whether that's a bulleted list, short sentences, or a table. So there you have it, task. Next, you'll include context, or the necessary details to help the Gen AI tool understand what you need from it. This is the difference between writing, "Give me some ideas for a birthday present under $30, and "Give me 5 ideas for a birthday present. My budget is $30. The gift is for a 29-year-old who loves winter sports and has recently switched from snowboarding to skiing." Sometimes you'll add references for the Gen AI tool to use while creating its output. You just asked a Gen AI tool to give you ideas for a birthday present, right? Well, if you add examples of birthday presents you've given in the past as references, the Gen AI tool can give you a more useful output. There aren't always going to be clear references of what you need, especially if you're working on something more abstract or searching for ideas and inspiration. Once you have your output, it's time to evaluate. Ask yourself if the input you provided gave you the output you needed. This leads us to the final part of the framework, iterate. If you evaluate your output and determine that you're not getting what you need, you can try again by adding more information or tweaking your prompt. And this is a key part of prompting effectively, and we'll explore it in depth later on in the course. One more note on the framework. There are plenty of ways to construct an effective prompt. The order of how you construct a prompt is less important than the substance of the prompt itself. As long as you're thoughtfully creating really excellent inputs, your outputs should be great.
I'm excited to be here with Laura, Productivity Advisor at Google. So I'm curious, do you have any tips, any prompting tips that you would give to our learners on how to get the best out of these systems, things that you tend to go to often?
Just the more context you give, the better answers you get and the better results. And, also continuing to iterate once it comes back, thinking of it as an ongoing conversation. I like to include things like the persona, saying, I'm looking for a marketing plan. Start by saying, imagine you're a world-class marketer and you're marketing for this budget and this timeline and really providing a starting point. So maybe this is what you've done before. This is the company's values. And so just the more that you can give it, you start to realize, wow, I'm getting a lot out of it this way.
That's right. You can even upload, your team's mission statement and all of that context and give that as part of the prompt as well.
Yeah, I really like the idea that you don't have to start from scratch at the prompt page. So maybe you have a project plan that you really like, but you're wanting to better it.
Yep.
You can upload that project plan and say, here's what I've been using for 2 years.
Yep.
What are some ways that I could do more?
Yep.
And that's a great place for it to start.
Help me expand this in a certain direction. Help me
Exactly.
change course.
The possibilities of AI are inspiring, and I hope you continue to find ways to apply AI to your work. In this section of the course, we explored how you can continue to grow your understanding of AI. First, we went over how to discover and evaluate new tools. Next, we covered how to find inspiration from AI innovations. We explored inventive AI models and discovered some of the creative ways AI is already being incorporated into certain fields of work. Finally, we identified opportunities to leverage AI in the workplace, and we reflected on how an understanding of AI can benefit you. Great work! I enjoyed guiding you through an exploration of AI and the future.